From WREL News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Thursday, May 21st, 2020. I'm Cliff Baumgardner. Here's the latest from WREL.com. The first case of Multisystem Inflammatory Syndrome in children, or MIS-C, associated with COVID-19 has been reported in North Carolina. That's according to the State Department of Health and Human Services. No details were provided. While children generally experience mild symptoms with COVID-19, recently a possible link has been found between COVID-19 and a serious inflammatory disease in some children and teenagers who have current or recent infections. MIS-C is a rare condition, but as COVID-19 cases increase, additional reports of MIS-C could follow. Symptoms include a fever lasting several days, irritability or decreased activity, abdominal pain without another explanation, and more. While MIS-C is not contagious, officials say children with these symptoms could have COVID-19 or another infection that may be contagious. Anyone who suspects their child could have COVID-19 or MIS-C is advised to contact their primary care physician. While Governor Roy Cooper announced the next phase of a statewide plan for a gradual return to public life yesterday, Durham will take a more cautious approach. The biggest difference is that Durham won't allow restaurants, personal care services like salons and barbershops, or swimming pools to open before June 1st. In an email to close advisors late last night, Mayor Steve Schewel outlined how he expected to keep tighter restrictions in the Bull City, including being slower to allow businesses to reopen, and a continued requirement that face coverings be worn in public. Durham has said the stay-at-home order for both city and county would remain in effect indefinitely, and the governor's executive order allows for further restrictions at a local level. In his message, Schewel said Durham would move toward a safer-at-home order like the one Cooper outlined for the state sometime in the near future. Today, North Carolina Supreme Court Chief Justice Cheri Beasley pushed back the restart date for much of the state justice system. She ordered that no jury trials be scheduled before August 1st and extended deadlines for court matters. The Chief Justice said court is going to look different for a while, noting that dockets will be smaller, cases will be heard online, and that social distancing in the courthouses will be crucial. Any plan to return to in-person court hearings would require that social distancing be possible in waiting areas and courtrooms. Courtroom seating in any area where lines form will be visibly marked at 6-foot intervals. Courthouses will be thoroughly cleaned throughout the day, and hand sanitizer will be provided at every entrance and exit. Deadlines for court matters have been adjusted, with extensions for civil filings moved to June 1st, and criminal filings pushed to July 31st. The courts will encourage filings by mail, and will allow for a 5-day grace period on deadlines for those submitted through the Postal Service. Travel through Raleigh-Durham International Airport is down 96% from last year, according to CEO Michael Landguth. Vacationers usually pack RDU on Memorial Day weekend for the start of the summer travel season, but today, the airport was quiet. Landguth said only 40,000 travelers flew through RDU in the month of April. In comparison, last year, 40,000 people traveled through RDU on any given day. RDU is cutting costs by consolidating its parking methods, and airlines are making week-to-week schedule adjustments based on demand. In June, there is a planned 78% reduction in the number of seats available to travelers. Landguth recommends passengers book their airline tickets close to their travel date so they won't be surprised by a changing schedule. The airport is digging into its budget to maintain daily operations, but it's dependent on customers walking through the door to drive revenue, whether they're dining, shopping, using rental cars and parking, or traveling. Landguth said the airport's $300 million annual budget was approved by the RDU Board of Directors in February. By April 1st, $150 million was stripped out to keep the airport running. Now that Governor Roy Cooper announced that North Carolina can move into Phase 2 of its reopening plan, more people may be traveling through RDU, so the airport is taking additional measures to keep travelers and employees safe, including enhanced cleaning and disinfecting of common areas, signs reminding people to keep 6 feet of physical distance, contactless parking and payment options, hand sanitizer stations throughout the airport, and more. Face masks will not be required, but are strongly encouraged. At this time, temperature checks are not in place at RDU. However, Frontier Airlines will begin screening passengers on June 1st. All flyers should check with their airline for the most up-to-date information before traveling, as specific requirements vary. This has been your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Thursday, May 21st, 2020. As always, if you like the news and information you get from this show, let us know. Leave a rating and review wherever it is you listen. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our latest episodes. Thanks for listening.